Hotline. Welcome to the 1987. Who?
87.
Harold, 1987. Harold Washington TV show. Welcome back, Jack, and the First Lady. Hi, Sylvia. Hey, we here to have fun, y'all.
We are live.
We have so much information to give out to you veterans, and we want you guys to be scratching your head, because what we're going to tell you tonight going to make you want to scratch your head. But until then, I want to turn it over to that fantastic, the hardest working commander in showbiz.
Thank you very much, my brother. Good evening, everyone, and to all the women out there, whether you're a veteran or not, happy belated Mother's Day.
Yes.
We want to stress that. We have a few things we would like to discuss. Lately, that I've been getting phone calls to the post because people haven't been getting into the radio station because our technician have been sick and everything. So I had to let them know that, you know, that's why people been calling in, but we couldn't answer no phone and stuff like that, so they couldn't get it here, so they called the post and was asking a lot of questions. So I'm going to answer some of those questions for you. Okay, one, they was asking, why have we not had anybody on our show? And it's not due to us. The technicality is due to other people's health problems. And lately, that even with our technician, had health problems and stuff like that. That we can't avoid. That's not under our control. As they say in the military, we have to improvise.
Yes.
And that's the main thing that we're doing. But see, the main thing that, you know, we try to get the message out to all the veterans and then the civilian world as well, because of the idea, as I always express, you know, you don't have to be a veteran to watch the show, but I'm sure that you know some veterans out there. And so, you know, like I said, when it comes down to people's health, you got to look out for yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, because, see, even as we do this show, we be willing and hoping that we have a guest appearance. But one of my best friends, which is my play sister, Miss Clara Hubbard, you know, she couldn't make it last week and everything due to she wasn't feeling well. And then down the line, we had a person supposed to be coming in today representing another Dow Inc. and found out that he had just had a stroke. But see, that's what I'm saying, you know, few people that we invited, you know, had medical problems. Mm-hmm. So like I said, you know, the show still goes on.
Right.
And we still get the message out there. Okay, third thing they was asking about, you know, lately we're talking about taxes. Well, see, the taxes is the most important thing that it is going on, because of the idea, it affects everyone.
Yes.
You know, because as long as you stay in the state of Illinois, city of Chicago, Cook County, taxes, you have something to do with taxes. You know, well, you say, no, I don't. Every time you go to a store, any kind of store, clothing store, liquor store, grocery store, or whatever, you're going to get taxed. Even if taxes have to do with your rent. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a lot of things that taxes, you know, you say it don't affect you. Oh, yes, it does. That's why we try to put the message out there to everybody. The things that happen on this show is important. That's why we stress this all the time and stuff like that. And then they was asking about the stand down. Okay, the stand down again. It's next Saturday, which is May 18th. It's at 5201. Repeat, 5201 West Taylor Street. It's from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. So, you know, if you're a veteran, male or female, come there. Come there early enough, you have breakfast. Stay there long enough, you can have lunch. It ain't gonna be no dinner. You have to get that at home. But
hey, you know, they gonna have C ration.
We ain't talking about the Navy now. it's the idea, you know.
Or some sardines and crackers.
I do sometimes, but it's the idea of what, you know, they will provide for you and stuff like that. And then
What's that, po' boy sandwich?
sometimes. And then also they having a stand down. This gonna be in June 30th and June 31st. You're gonna be at the North Armory. That's on Kedzie and Division. So, you know, in Humboldt Park. So that would be also from 10 o'clock to 3. It's for 2 days now. If you can't make it that Friday, you can make it that Saturday.
You know, Commander, as you talk about the taxes, the reason we keep talking about these taxes is because all of us veterans are not equal.
No, we're not.
Okay? You got some veterans who get disability
Some get benefits and some don't.
And because they get that benefit, they pay less taxes than veterans like myself, who don't have a service-connected
Right,
disability.
right.
So I'm paying 100%. And because I'm paying 100%, and our community for the past 40-some years have been getting ripped off because of property taxes.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And just what happened in 2016 when Joe Barrios was still the assessor. Well, when it came to the north side of Chicago and up there by the airport,
Yeah, they had that all on the
the
news.
noise pollution,
Yes,
because of the airplanes.
right.
Well, he gave them folks a 4 to 5% decrease. And some of them same folks, and I got it right here, some of them same folks who live on that north side by the airport, they appealed to the Board of Tax Review. Some of them got a 8% to 11% decrease.
Okay, and that's a lot.
And for those who got property in the south suburbs and the south side of Chicago, they probably got one of these letters from the Board of Review. We got zero. Zero help. And that's why we're bringing this issue up, because a lot of veterans are not getting any type of help because they don't have a service-connected disability.
That's true.
But we are getting ripped off because of these property taxes.
And then again, let's specify this. It's not just veterans.
It's the
Taxpayers,
too.
taxpayer,
Yes.
period. You know, it's a shame. That's why we was talking about the Cook County Accessory Office and stuff like that. It been on the news before. It said that why is certain parts of Cook, especially the northern part of Cook, why are their taxes and such? You stay on the west side of Cook, then it's different, especially the south side and the east side of Cook, but you're in trouble.
Yes.
You know, it's different from Highland Park to Harvey.
Yes.
You know,
Those communities are getting raped.
yeah, it's entirely different
Because of
and
the
stuff
taxes.
like that. Because see, you know, it's like if you were standing in New York, it's like each one will have barrels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Chicago, you know, almost considered that way because see, you got north, south, east, and west. Okay, then that's the city limit itself. But see, then you got the suburbs.
And they catching hell,
Yes,
tax-wise.
yes.
Okay? And, you know, Commander, the one thing that don't lie is a paper trail.
Oh, you got to keep a paper trail.
Barrios sent a letter out to the folks on that north side, letting them know that they was getting a 4 to 5% decrease. So after they got that, then the Board of Review, this article was put out that because of the noise pollution of the airport, these folks got an 8 to
Put it on the screen.
11% decrease. Okay? And our community and us veterans, we're catching purity HELL. Okay? And so our job as veterans is to stand up and educate other veterans and the civilian community on what the heck is going on.
Right, because see, don't nobody, want to live blindly. What I mean by that, because see, the idea, we as a whole, whether you're a veteran or civilian, you live right here in Cook County. And this is what we try to tell everybody, you have to watch out for those little pennies that you think don't add up. Yes, they do.
Yes.
And the ones that you throw away because they don't add up, somebody pick them up and see those penny counts.
Oh, yes, they do.
You throw one away, then here down the street you find four, you got a nickel.
Oh, Commander, let me tell you folks what did happen. And I didn't know this, and I found it out today, that in 2020, what had happened in 2017, Congress created a commission to study the draft. Because apparently they are having problems recruiting folks, men and women.
Yes, that came up down at headquarters about 3 weeks ago.
Well, I was watching the commission having a hearing. That was 425. Not one person of color was on that commission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there was a sister who got up and spoke, and she was an attorney, and her brother's in the Navy, okay, or the Marines, one of the two. But she was saying to the commission that why, in one essence, why there is no person of color on that commission, okay? And she have a valid point, because as far as I'm concerned, we make up roughly 13 to 15% of the United States population. And whether it's in Congress or in a municipality or a state agency or a state, when you put a task force together or a commission together, those task force and commission should look like the United States.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, people may not like this, I would bring back the draft. But you tweak it. Because my thing is, if Israel can have a draft where 2 years they have to do some type of community public service, whether it's Peace Corps, Job Corps, you name it. Mm-hmm. Young people need discipline. Mm-hmm. Young people need to be in what we call a controlled environment.
Yes.
Okay? And that's is the only way, other than creating tons of jobs to give to people.
Or jails.
Or jails.
And see, now bringing that up, when we was coming up,
Mm-hmm.
they had draft system.
Mm-hmm.
At the day you turn 18,
You have to register.
you have to register. And it turned out, believe it or not, a lot of people didn't like it, but see, then too, it turned out good, especially for people of my color.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, the idea, a lot of people, of color, put it this way, didn't get fully educated. They stopped in their freshman, second, or junior year, or something like that. Some of them didn't complete their senior year. But see, the idea, once you turn 18, regardless of whether you in school or not,
You can join the military.
you can join the military, or they'll make you join. But see, what I'm saying about this, that you go in and be trained.
Mm-hmm.
And then and a lot of people went in there uneducated, but came out educated.
Yes.
Because see, as he was saying, you're under a controlled environment. You studying, you going to school, you learning the difference. You already know right from wrong, but see the idea, now you're getting well disciplined and being trained to do certain things. And see, just like coming up before you was 18, you drop out of school, people send you to the trade school. Well, see, the service was a trade school. It teach you how to maneuver, how to save your life, how to drive trucks and everything like that. But in other words, the thing that they was teaching us how to stay alive. Because see, I didn't know how to for me, but see, you know, I'm just saying for the Army, Marines, and certain part of the Air Force, because see, the reason I'm saying Air Force, because Air Force, people don't realize that Air Force had infantries also. These the ones, as they call them, ground troops. These the ones had to go in there. And so, you know, you meet people from all over. You know, and it's really, after a certain at the time, there's no color barrier, because of the idea, you become family. You become one. Everybody got to look out for everybody in order for everybody to try to make it home to their loved ones. And see, now, the draft wouldn't hurt now, because see, a lot of these young people need some type of educational training, some kind of job training, discipline. Instead of throwing up forks and whatever it may be, you know, you throw up knowledge. This is what we need. You go in there without anything, come out with something. Now you college bound. You have enough seniority to go to any college. And it's paid for.
Yes. And you know, if you leave the state of Illinois and you go into the military and then you come back here, you get what we call the Illinois Military Scholarship. That will pay for your tuition, your books, and plus give you a stipend to buy you stuff.
And see, this the golden opportunity about doing this, though. You know, you find out more about yourself, the capability of what I could do now, since I'm not around certain people and everything. I mean, at least I'm being trained to do what I got to do.
Yes.
Instead of not being trained at home, not knowing what I'm doing, and get killed.
Well, I don't regret not 1 iota of going into the military, because I spent my whole entire 19 months in Europe. And even in Germany, we had some turmoil. But I'm grateful for having the opportunity to have gone into the military because of the benefits that I have received and I'm still getting by being a veteran.
Yes.
Okay? And I would tell young people today, this is a golden opportunity for you to go in to, I don't care what branch you want to go into. You can spend 20 years, and 20 years go by fast.
Yes.
You get your military pension, and once you get out, you can almost go to work for any governmental agency in the United States.
That's in your desire. And not only that, you done picked up a trade. And plus the idea, out of all those 20 years, you're learning something while you're in there.
Yes.
And then also you still could have the opportunity of going to school, come out with your PhD or bachelor or whatever it may be. These are golden opportunities that you can't just turn your back on.
Not at all.
That's why they were saying, you know, I can't get into the service because, see, I don't have no high school diploma. They have certain tests that you could take that would be equivalent to a GED or a high school graduation. All you have to do is just take a test. See if you qualify. If you qualify, the gates are open for you. As they be saying, opportunity knocks only once. No, it don't. It's knocked as many times as you could, as they say, grab the gusto. Get a hold to it. That door don't open all the time, but if you, as they say, you know, if you could get your feet in the door without getting it smashed, you in.
Yep.
That's all you need is a golden opportunity. we having enough problem with the street violence and stuff like that. People hollering about people need jobs and stuff like that. But see the idea, look at it this way. Before you get a job, you need education.
Yes.
Education is the key. That is knowledge.
Yes.
This is what we need.
And we're not talking about just going to college. Okay? We're talking about balancing it off for those who don't want to go to college to get a trade.
Yes. You know, and even so, truck drivers. Anything that your desire could be, as they say, shoot for it.
And I heard, Commander, there is a business out there willing to pay you $90,000 to drive truck.
Oh, not only that, thanks for bringing this up. This was at the VA today, and also on the news, that the city of Chicago
Okay.
have $36 million. And it's a new program, I guess because our mayor is getting ready to leave office and stuff like that. But for minority, men and women, to help their communities out, it's some type of community grant that they're allowing different people from different neighborhoods to apply for. And that way you could open up some type of business and stuff. So, you know, check into that. Cause I didn't know, but I said, you know, that I must spread the word because, see, that's my job. Whatever it takes for a veteran or a person. That's why we talk about taxes, because taxes is for everybody.
That's what runs the country.
Yes.
Taxes.
You know, and then, you know, again, I have to say, you know, even for the women, you know, and women get more tax break than men because, see, they're looking for the minority women to open up jobs, be CEOs and stuff. You could do that because, see, when I was coming up, hey, they call it women live then. Women was tired of being housewives and stuff like that. They wanted jobs. They wanted CEO job. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. Now look what they're doing, and I'm proud of you all.
Yeah.
Don't stop there. Keep
They have
going.
the rights to do almost anything they want to now.
Yes, they flying planes.
Yes.
They commanders in the armed forces.
Yes.
You almost had one. We almost had one for president.
Yes.
But that was Trump tight.
45, baby.
He's alive. But anyway, what we're talking about is true, ladies and gentlemen. Be recognized. Stand up for your right. If you don't stand up for your right, we try to stand up for everybody, but you got to have a voice for yourself to be heard.
Well, Commander, it's like this. We as soldiers, we put our lives on the line in order for the civilian world to have the freedoms that they have.
Yes.
So they can do the things that they want in a free democracy.
Right. This golden opportunity they don't take advantage of.
And that's the problem. You know, Commander, once again, when
It's
you're
always.
having fun,
It's always.
time flies.
It's always.
To that fantastic technician, Jack,
Welcome back,
the
Jack.
First Lady,
You too, Raina.
Sylvia.
My head's off there, you
Yes.
see.
We thank you guys because you helped make this a great show.
And callers, for now, Jack is back. So
Jack is back.
Jack is back. So please call in. We don't have no excuse. You can still call in to the post, but still call in to let somebody else know. Oh, you're all working now. We're working.
Well, you can call in next Monday because Jack is back.
Jack is back. Hey, and if you don't want to talk to us, just say, Jack, glad to have you back.